Today we are with Dr. Bruce Paswall. He is a chiropractor in New York. And Dr. Paswall, could you tell us a little bit more about you, what you do, your practice?
Well, having graduated 30 years ago, I've learned that chiropractic itself is not the end-all, and that the importance of integrating your patient's care with other professions are critical to the success and longevity of the recovery and the patient.
And how'd you get into chiropractic?
I was pretty opposed to taking 2 pills 3 times a day and see me if you don't feel better, as well as a cousin of mine had graduated chiropractic college, and I've been receiving chiropractic care for the better part of my entire life.
Where did you attend school?
At Cleveland Chiropractic College in Kansas City, Missouri.
So what's the best part of working in chiropractic?
Working side by side with qualified professionals that are supportive of the chiropractic profession, willing to co-treat and respect the domain and education of a chiropractor.
Okay. What about the worst part?
Where money gets in the way.
Dan Kennedy is a strategic marketing coach, and he says that businesses only really deal with struggles in 4 areas, and that's money, time, people, and passion. So what would you say is the biggest struggle in chiropractic?
Time first, money second.
And why do you think that is?
The millennial population, which is the majority of the population that we're treating currently, are asked to work 40, 50 hours a week. They're sleep deprived, they're vitamin D deprived, their disposable revenue is almost non-existent. So we're having to carve out means of meeting these deficiencies and needs of the greater population that exists currently.
Would you say millennials are the hardest demographic to connect with?
Well, I have a chiropractor that works for me that's younger, so I kind of bridge that gap. He'll treat and speak to most of the majority of the population, majority of the patients that come in here, and when there are carve-outs, people older than myself or my age, then I'll just take the lead on that on those type of patients.
Okay. So aside from your practice, how would your family and friends describe you outside of work?
Probably introverted. I consider myself almost asocial, but there are friends who say that I'm fairly social in my very small circle of friends. I'm not a meet and greet party animal.
Okay.
I'd rather stay in my yard beats than go out to barbecue or party. But I'm very comfortable in my small circle, within my skin, and picking weeds, if you will.
So what are you passionate about? What gets you out of bed in the morning?
My passion probably lies in nature. I love landscaping. I love getting my hands dirty. I love planting, taking care of garden. I'd rather stay at home really than travel, though I like to travel. I like to change up a little bit. But it's usually healthcare, the gym, and landscaping, and those are my 2 passions.
So mountains or beach?
Mountains.
The mountains. That's awesome. So what's your long-term goal? You're successful, you're established. So what is a successful life to you?
I think success is relative. I'm happy, I'm pleased with my life as it is. I'm not a slave to my business. I'm willing to walk away from money. I'm willing to walk away from patients in order to achieve a better home, if you will, or inner health. I'm not chasing money anymore. I'm done with that, realizing that you spend your life chasing money and you'll never get it.
Mm-hmm.
So my soul, inner peace is more important for me at this point.
Okay. Oh. So okay. Then back to the business. What kinds of events and conferences and things like that would you suggest that younger chiropractors attend?
Okay, so I think most doctors, chiropractors, they spin their wheels at conferences. There's a lot of talk, it's a lot of fluff. At the end of the day, who's paying them much? How are they getting more patients? Who's putting more money in their bank? And it usually doesn't happen at conferences. Networking is critical. Somebody's second cousin, somebody's friend, one-on-ones. I think you'll get more for your time than, slamming down beers, going to strip clubs and gambling at night at conferences. You're not going to get it done. And I've spent so many of my years trying to accomplish and attain alliances with doctors at these events that I found was not very fruitful.
Mm. So where do you get your information? Like what websites do you follow, or blogs, or specific doctors?
Kind of like
I like that. So, okay, generally speaking, what does chiropractic think of marketing in general?
I think the chiropractic profession as a whole is struggling. I don't foresee a profitable future in the profession.
Okay.
The insurance reimbursements are difficult to manage with the benefits that are afforded patients. Patients have less disposable revenue. So if you're not a mom and pop working out of your house in the Midwest somewhere, then align yourself with an MD who will refer you as patients, but that still doesn't guarantee you financial independence and success.
Mm.
You have to diversify your revenue, diversify your patient stream, your revenue stream, and not depend on necessarily a website that people shop, but when it comes down to looking at their benefits and asking them for half of their deductible or all of their deductible or a co-payment or co-insurance, they don't have the money.
Mm. Mm. So money, like you said, money and time are really big in chiropractic, big struggles for chiropractic.
That's what the patients have to offer.
Mm.
They offer very little time and very little money.
Like what percentage of new patients have you gotten from being online versus just referrals or walk-ins?
Oh, little or none. They don't understand the benefits. You find out that they don't have chiropractic benefits. They have an exorbitant deductible that no one can handle, no one can work through. So the online presence is more of a resource for the patient.
Okay.
As well as in Midtown Manhattan here, there still is a small circle of patients that have benefits that are manageable.
So patient retention is a difficulty in chiropractic as well.
It is because the insurances change each year. The chiropractor, as a business manager, finance manager, can't do the math. The math is upside down. And so you're losing the patients because of the evolution of the benefits, and patients don't want to continue seeing chiropractors just for maintenance care, as well as the insurance is not paying for that. Mm-hmm. So you need to have a niche, an angle in the chiropractic world to maintain the patients and keeps patients interested in coming back.
So do different chiropractic clinics, like, do they work together? Like, would you say chiropractic is a, everyone helps everyone kind of industry, or is it more of a every man for himself industry?
Oh, it's every man for himself. I mean, there are, in the political chiropractic community, everybody is everybody's friend when they get together and drinking and eating and whatever they're doing. I spend much time in politics because it's not a good return on your time. But it goes back to that. If you don't have a niche, if you don't set up a referral stream of patients through MDs, then the marketing aspect of it is very challenging.
My goal for these interviews is that, when people Google your name, something, very human and something very trustworthy and just very, an interview where you're talking about nature and, you're connecting with people. I'm hoping that is what shows up, and it adds that to your digital brand.
Awesome.
Awesome. All right. So thank you so much for doing this interview with me, and I'll send you a link when it's live, and I'll follow up with you later in the week.
All right, Lexi. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful afternoon.
Awesome. Have a happy 4th of July.